Today we learn about the Class 5, Chapter 8 Secrets. The characters are Meg, Joe, Amy, Beth, their mother Marmy, Larry. So, students, the writer of the story is Louisa May Alcott, was an American novelist and poet. She is chiefly known for the series of novels comprising Little Women, Little Men, and George Boys. These works are remembered for their honest and natural representations of daily life, especially that of women in our personal life. Alcott was a staunch advocate for human rights and the abolition of slavery. Jo was very busy in her room. The October day had begun to grow chilly, and the afternoons were short. For 2 or 3 hours, the sunlight lay warmly in the high window, enabling Jo seated on the old sofa to write with her papers spread out upon a trunk before her, quite absorbed in her work. Jo scribbled away till the last page was filled, signed her name with a flourish, and threw down her pen, exclaiming, "There I have done my best. If this won't suit, I shall have to wait till I can do better." Lying back on the sofa, Jo read through the manuscript carefully, making dashes here and there, and putting in many exclamation points. Then she tied it up with a smart red ribbon and sat a minute looking at it with a wistful movement, which plainly showed how earnest her work had been. For her desk, Jo produced another manuscript and putting both in her pocket, crept quietly downstairs. If anyone had been watching Jo, they would have thought that her movements were definitely odd. She went up at a great pace till she reached a building on a certain busy street. Having found the place with some difficulty, she went into the doorway, looked up the dirty stairs, and after standing still for a minute, suddenly dived into the street and walked away as rapidly as he had come. This maneuver she repeated several times, to the great amusement of a black-eyed young gentleman standing by the window of a building across the street. On returning for the third time, Jo gave herself a shake, pulled her hat over her eyes, and walked up the stairs, looking as if she were going to have all her teeth out. In 10 minutes, Jo came running downstairs with a very red face and the general appearance of a person who had just passed through an ordeal of some sort. When she saw the young gentleman, she looked anything but pleased and passed him with a nod. Betty followed and, thinking Jo had been to the dentist, asked with an air of sympathy, "Did you have a bad time?" "Not very. You got through quickly?" "Yes, thank goodness." "How many did you have out?" Joe looked at her friend Larry as if she did not understand him, then began to laugh as if mightily amused at something. "There are two which I want to opt out, but I must wait a week." "What are you laughing at? You are up to some mischief, Joe," said Larry, looking confused. Laurie kept it her all till Jo shared her secret with him. "Well, I have left 2 stories with a newspaper man, and he's giving the answer next week," whispered Jo. "Hooray for Miss Smart!" yelled Larry. For a week or two after that, Jo behaved so strangely that her sisters were quite confused. She rushed to the door when the postman rang and seemed to live in constant tension. Laurie and she were always making signs to one another till the girls declared that they had both lost their senses. On the second Saturday, Meg as she sat sewing at her window. She was shocked by the sight of Lottie chasing Jo all over the garden and finally capturing her near the trees. "What shall we do with that girl? She will never behave a young lady," sighed Meg as she watched the race with a disapproving look. "I hope she won't. She's so funny and dear as she is," said Beth, who had never betrayed that she was a little hot about Joe having secrets with anyone but her. It's very trying, but we never make her understand. Added Remy, who sat making some new frills for herself. In a few minutes, Joe bounced, he laid himself on the sofa and pretended to read. Have you anything interesting there? She asked Meg. Nothing but a story won't amount to much. I guess, returned Joe carefully, keeping the name of the paper out of sight. You had better read it aloud. That will amuse us and keep out of our mischief, said Amy in her most grown-up tone. What's the name? Asked Beth, wondering how Joe kept her pace behind the seat. The Rival Banters. That sounds interesting. Read it, said Meg. With a long breath, Joe began to read very fast. The girls listened with interest, for the tale was romantic and somewhat pathetic. It's most of the characters died in the end. I like that part of the splendid picture was Amy's recovering remark as Joe passed. I prefer the tragic part. Violo and Angelo are two of my favorite names. Is not that strange, Meg? Said Meg, wiping her eyes. Who wrote it? Asked Beth, who had caught a glimpse of Joe's face. The reader suddenly sat up and cast away the paper, displaying a flushed face. And with a funny mixture of solemnity and excitement, they replied in a loud voice, Your sister. You, cried Meg, dropping her work. It's very good, said Amy critically. I knew it. Oh my Joe, I am so proud. And Beth ran to hug her sister and exclaim over this splendid success. Dear me, how delighted they all are to receive. How Meg did not believe it till they saw the words Mrs. Just Fine Marks actually printed in the paper. How kindly and generously Mammy criticized the artistic parts of the story, how Beck got excited and skipped and sang with joy, how proud Mrs. March was, he was when she knew it, how Joe laughed with tears in her eyes. Tell us about it. When did it come? How much did you get for it? What will father say? Won't Larry laugh? Cried the family all in one breath as they gathered around Joe. I will tell you everything, said Joe. Having told how she disposed of her tales, Joe added, and when I went to get my answer, the man said he liked them both, but did not pay beginners. He only lets them print in his paper. Today this was sent to me, and Laurie caught me with it and insisted on seeing it. So I let him, and he said it was good, and I shall write more. So and he is going to get the next paid for. And I am so happy for this time I may be able to support myself and help the girls. Joe's breath gave out here, and wrapping her head in the paper, she gifted her little story with a few natural tears. For to be independent and earn the praise of those she loved were the dearest wishes for her heart, seemed to be the first step toward that happy end. Thank you. Thank you all. Your homework is start. What is the moral of the story? And next class I will do this question answer of the Joe and their secrets. So thank you students. Read this chapter and, and write in the comment what is the moral in this story. And please like, share and subscribe.